Welcome to the Drum Lounge Podcast.
Yo, what's good, y'all? Welcome to another episode of the Drum Lounge Podcast. I am your Jesus Christ praising, sudden impact repping, patty fly finessing host, Jeremy Foster.
And I'm Bryan Russell. No, I'm just playing.
Yeah, man.
Flair 5 and finger stroke 5 and all that. Also repping sudden impact. Bryan Russell, man. And we here.
We here. So we know what all of y'all came here for. And just before we even dive in, hey, if you came to this episode to see Grambling versus Lane, go ahead and catch us next week.
Yeah, I'll see you later.
If you came to see us react to Talladega versus Tennessee State, go on and catch us next week, man. Because we got one object today.
Yeah.
One object.
We need some reviewing.
And as fellow alumnus of the great Bethune-Cookman University, we just absolutely have to dedicate today's episode to the battle between Florida Memorial and the one and only Sudden Impact.
Yeah. Before all that, man, shout out to Palm Beach Lakes High School for hosting the event. There was another competition that happened last weekend, which was the reason why
Battle of the Battery. That was the name
Battle of the Battery. Yeah, and they invited the two drum lines, and the two drum lines had an exchange afterwards. So Palm Beach Lakes, stop inviting drum lines. Don't invite Cookman no more, cause yeah, man, I'm just playing. But then shout out to them, man. Great things happen at this event. Revolutionary things, especially Crimson Thunder and sidebar. I had a battle with MacArthur High School. MacArthur High School got first place, and I'm not sure if they ever won first place before, but they got first place in this competition in the Bravo
Where's
class.
MacArthur?
MacArthur is in Broward,
South Florida. Okay,
and we had an exchange, and it was a phenomenal exchange, and a bunch of them were talking about how they watched the podcast. So I made sure I told, and I told them I made sure I mentioned them. This is what I want to say. I cannot believe that we had a battle and only went one cadence worth in the battle. That was unbreathing for me. Like I was like, my kid, man. He came up to me and he was like, "Yeah, let's have a battle." So on and so forth. And I was like, "Okay, cool, bet, yeah, let's ride. I'll go as long as you go." And he said, "We'll play one cadence." And I was like, I said, "I'll go as long as you go." So that means you keep going now, and I'll go. He was like, "No, we'll play one cadence." Okay, cool. Played one cadence, knocked it out, and then that was it. I just felt like it wasn't enough.
Yeah.
and because the last cadence they played, I don't let my kids play a tag this year because everybody in Florida plays a tag. Which I'm trying to step away from what everybody in Florida is doing.
Thanks, A&T.
Yeah, y'all. them two flams just revolutionized the whole world. So everybody in Florida plays a tag now. So I stopped my kids from playing tag, except in the feature, because in the feature, let everybody know it's done. But stopped them from playing the tag. They played the tag at our kids, and they did a little thing where they walk up on you, was like, "Yeah, we played," and then back up. And my kids was about to tap off another cadence, and I had to tell them to stop because I was like, "Yeah, nah, he said one. I'm gonna respect what he wanted," but it just wasn't enough. But anyway, shout out to MacArthur, man. Y'all's line has always been amazingly huge,
absolutely,
and they're growing every year. And the biggest thing about it is the dedication that I'm seeing. People look like they want to be there, want to get better, and want to dominate. So shout out to MacArthur High School, man, in Broward County.
Absolutely, man. Shout out to MacArthur. Didn't y'all get first place in the community division?
Yeah, we got first place in the community. I wasn't saying that like just to shrug my shoulders on it. But again, down here in South Florida, they have this thing that they started where there's a community division, which is fine. But they started a community division and didn't have a community group. So they had a community group, children, families, but I've never seen them before. So I feel like this was their first performance. If they had a performance before, great, but we're down here in a culture that isn't prepared for communities, and we're scoring top 3 in every competition, and nothing is coming out. So I don't gloat about any of the competitions down here in South Florida for our division because it's nothing. They took away everything for us to gloat about. So we just kind of there. I'll take the trophy and be like, "Hey, we got a first place trophy," and then I can't wait for the next competition that actually matters.
Where y'all are actually pinned against big dogs.
They took away us being relevant in our own city.
Wow.
So
that's
we gotta make ourselves relevant. But that's why I'm glad about. So not taking away from first place because my students did phenomenal, but that crap.
That whole thing, the separation between community and the main high schools, that's always tough.
Yeah, but it'll eventually grow, and if it doesn't grow, we leaving. You see, we went to Atlanta,
right,
and we also went to Tampa. Like, we getting out of South Florida. They're choosing to do dirty for us, so we're gonna do great for others.
So the Augusta, what's that one called? The HBCU.
The HBCU destination.
Destination, yeah. Is that one broken between community and high school, or is
it is? But they have the community group in HBCU destination is the biggest group performing down there.
Interesting.
Like, next to the colleges. It may be like, I don't know the numbers because there's a whole bunch of people up on that thing, but I think it might be like 4 or 5 high schools. I think it's like an apprentice division is what he calls it. Was ADA, Brooklyn United's younger group, and then somebody else. And then it has a community division, which is like 7 groups. So, you know, like maybe people are avoiding to come down here to Florida because of that whole percussion league thing. But I'm okay with it. All I want is to compete with somebody that actually makes us get better.
Exactly.
So we're going there. That's going to be the highlight of my career.
That's going to be big.
Yeah, you better be there.
Yeah, I was literally just thinking that you was talking. Like, I was like, let me see how far Augusta is for real from Atlanta. And talk to my wife, see what she think. But when is it in May?
Don't you drive like a plane? Can't you just go out there?
No, I mean I could, but no.
April 26th. So in like less than 3 weeks.
Yeah, that's dead.
Understandable. But yeah, so that's gonna be the highlight there. Everywhere else is community oriented, except down here in South Florida, and they're trying to grow it. But I mean, but in the terms of them growing it, they're using us as guinea pigs, and it's kind of dead to me.
Yeah, but I mean, hey, that's just like you said. When they start to cheating community lines like that, that's when you go branching off the other states. Y'all should really pull out to them Texas drumline competitions.
We wanted to. We wanted to go to what's it called? What's that big one? High Noon.
Oh yeah, the High Noon.
We had it set to go to High Noon and everything. But High Noon originally, I think it was on like March 29th, which was. So the Atlanta, and we're gonna go to the Cookman thing. I'm sorry,
for
but
sure.
The Atlanta competition, the beatdown, was originally in December. They moved the date from December to March 29th. So then that first conflict happened. We said, we still gonna go to Texas because Texas is something we've never been to. Then Texas moved their date from the 29th of March to the April something. And we was like, we can't do that. Yeah. So I've been wanting to go up there because I've always wanted to see Marching Thunder. Like they're a hero in their city, and I'm not trying to go out there and take them out their pedestal, but I want to be against what's known as the best where they come from, and that elevates us. If we go against the best, whether we win or we lose, we leave out of there better than what we were.
Absolutely.
So I've always wanted. I DM them all the time. They don't ever DM me back, but I DM them all the time saying, "Hey, y'all come down to Florida," or vice versa. Well, they DM me back one time, and then after that they ain't DM me anymore. But yeah, so I wanted to do it, but the date changed. It just wasn't in the cards. I wasn't finna sit there and try to juggle around with students and mothers and fathers like. Hey, it was March 29th, but now it's April 13th, so cancel your plans. We're going to Texas.
Exactly. Yeah.
But that's the thing. I want to get them down here, too. But the distance thing is crazy.
Yeah. So I do want to see MTD in person, too. So, but if they can come to any of them Florida competition, I might have to pull up.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Y'all heard it here. Exactly. So, we ended up going to Beatdown because of Nexus. Not that we owe them, we wanted to support them because they always support us. So we went down there, did our thing, and now here we are.
Exactly. Well, definitely still shout out to y'all, man. I think y'all on a winning streak, first place winning streak, ain't it? So shout out to first place in the studio.
HBCU destination is going to be our last one. So right now we're going to Florida Memorial this weekend, and we're not going up against anybody. So that one is already going to be here's a first place community trophy. Wow, we can just show up there and play. Do this and then get in trouble. But we'll collect it, and once we collect it, the destination is going to be our last one. Well, it's going to be my last one. I'm not letting them kids go out the hole. We wore out.
Exactly. Yeah, y'all done enough.
And we working hard for it, man. We come in with some fire and some gasoline.
Somebody just sent an email. I swear, man, working for corporate. And the emails that these 50-plus-year-olds send, bro, it just makes no sense. Anyhow.
They said, I was about to say something racist. Go ahead.
Right. And yeah, anyhow, so let's get to the meat and potatoes. I think I'm gonna start saying meat and potatoes to really denote when we're about to get to the main portion. Right. So we're about to get to the real meat and potatoes of this whole episode, man. I got my tea ready because we about to watch this entire battle between Florida Memorial and Bethune-Cookman. Suicide Squad and Sudden Impact.
That's how you know it's serious. Jeremy never watches the whole thing of nothing.
Never. And so the fact that we're watching this full battle, it means something. Now, preliminary thoughts. I'll go ahead and start. Preliminary thoughts. I knew, at the Battle of the Battery, it's history that whatever collegiate lines go to the Battle of the Battery competition, they usually do a little battle after. I think a couple years ago, Florida Memorial, FAMU, and Cookman went out there and battled, and Cookman dominated. So that kind of came back around this year, but it was only Florida Memorial and Cookman, of course. Now going into this, I was like, okay, I'm sure Cookman probably about to do their thing. They probably about to dominate. They probably about to of course sound louder, sound better. And I was under the impression that Flomo was also going to do good. But maybe be a little dirty in spots, but have just unique structure. Unique cadences.
Yeah.
Literally, bro. Literally all that. Like putting flams on like the of whatever. But when I finally saw this battle, man, I was like, okay. I see that Cookman is in a different phase right now. Cookman is in a different they have a different look now. Like now things that they play is much more technical than what we did back in the day. But we used our technical beats when they were best to be used. Because there are times when we want to just show form. Like times when we just want to show form via just doing diddles and accents. And then times when we want to actually chop in a cadence. When they was playing those cadences in this battle, it seemed like every single cadence was choppy. Nothing showed Cookman form. Nothing showed Cookman's identity. Nothing showed like
promise.
Yeah. Like it seemed like that was extremely risky with every single cadence that they chose, which is okay, but you got to execute that. Just like we were saying about Flomo against Tennessee State. So with that being said, Cookman played 3 cadences. The first one was a feature from I think last year. The second one was a cadence that one of the tenor drummers who was in the section wrote. Shout out to him because that cadence was dope.
Yeah.
And then we definitely gonna get into that. And then the third one was what's called Fish and Grits.
Oh, you know the name of them things?
Yeah.
Apparently that bit with grits.
Apparently the third one was called Fish and Grits, which was passed out 2 days prior to this battle, created by Mr. Ore.
Okay, all right.
Now, I don't understand why music that was passed out 2 days before a performance is played the day of the performance. That has never happened outside of the percussion, outside of the Florida Classic feature.
Yeah, okay, all right. I was about to say that. That seems to be our tradition.
Outside of the Florida Classic feature, but there's always just energy towards that. Like we always have it in our minds that okay, the week of Florida Classic feature, we're probably not going to have the exact feature until 2 days before. But that's a known thing. That should never be a thing for these drumline battles, bro. Like Mr. Ore, I don't know if Mr. Ore. Shout out to you, Mr. Ore. I know you're watching. Don't shoot us.
He said it, not me.
I don't know, Mr. Ore is like, we just gonna play, but like, nah, we still trying to cut heads off here. Like, we're trying to be murderous and deadly. Shout out to Impact, and this not the time to be like playing stuff that we're working on. That's like us playing what was that cadence? Cook style. That's like us playing Cook style at a battle.
Oh yeah.
We never got that cadence together. Like we never really got it together. I mean, even though we got that clip on YouTube. We never got that cadence together.
That clip on YouTube was probably the hype.
Right. Like, we would whip that junk out of the battle, it literally would have fell apart. Like, and so we gonna go through it all. What thoughts you had before going into this?
Well, exactly what you just said about that last cadence. This is my first time hearing that. It was passed out 2 days ago. All my biggest thoughts about it was almost a decline. Well, we talk so much about Cookman. Florida Memorial did what Florida Memorial did, and watching that battle, I understand why the Tennessee State, when they battled at Honor Your Name, I understand those results now. They did take a lot of risks.
Yes.
And a lot of risks that they take can sometimes come with big drawbacks.
Yes.
It just, the other opposing group had a bigger drawback than what the drawbacks they had.
Yeah.
For Flomo's side, I just want to say, man, sometimes what y'all are playing is great. Those riding cymbal parts are so deceiving. Cause I'm listening to it with headphones.
Me, I feel like I know exactly what you about to say.
Yeah, bro. All I heard was, and I'm listening to it with headphones. I'm like, oh, them cymbals are raw. Hold on.
Are they decrescendoing, choking?
Yeah, the cymbals weren't even playing nothing. The cymbals just did the actual cymbals just did whatever. Yeah. So I do want to say now, and you can go ahead and put it on record, that I am against that ride cymbal part because they sound almost exactly the same as the other cymbals, and it kind of eliminates the job from the cymbals. So unless the cymbals are the sorry players of the section, and you know that they sorry, like what's the point? Why the cymbals can't do that? I thought y'all's line was so raw when they did that, and then I saw that, and it just took away 10 points. So I was like,
like, in the second cadence, they was doing like, it was sounding like the cymbals were doing 30-second note alternate chokes. I'm like, bro, what's going on? And then, like, I was looking at the clip that was like far away, so I couldn't even see if the snares were playing on the hi-hats or not. So it sounded like the cymbals were doing 30-second notes. That joke was crazy. But
that's one. Another one is, I think it was just a really bad communication error on the Cookman side. Yeah. And I'm saying that because somebody made a comment was like, Cookman was trying to get up out of there 3 times. That's how you know they was losing. And I was like,
so sad, bro.
Yeah, man. And I was like, it just looked like one time they played the travel tune, Ore called Jeremie over there. Then he came back, stopped, did whatever. Then they played the travel tune again, and Ore stopped it. And then they played the travel tune another time, and they stopped it again. Oh, I said what I'm saying, travel tune.
You said travel tune.
And no, down here in Florida, we call what we play the travel tune.
Oh, okay, so gotcha.
I'm saying
the walking cadence, basically.
Yeah, in Georgia we call it a creek beat, but down there in travel tune, whatever. Anyway. So
we call it the walking cadence in Atlanta.
Yeah, see, everybody got different names. That's why I was saying travel tune. So yeah. They done play that thing like 3 times, and that was the embarrassing thing for me. It was almost like if you went out there, it looked like you went out there forcefully and then played cadences and tried to make a statement and leave, and that's the Wells mentality that I've never been for. Yeah, like you can't be somebody's king and not be able to fight for your throne. And to be out there leaving, I don't know why they did that. It still don't make no sense to me. Right. So that communication error, is along with that last cadence, and even a little bit of the middle cadence too. It was just a little. It was just a little funky to me, man. So that's my thoughts of it. Communication was like they weren't out there to bite heads off. Mm-hmm. They was out there because somebody asked them to. That's not the sudden impact that I played for. Mm-hmm. That's not the sudden impact I'm used to. I'm used to the bet. Now, I think they try to take a new step in a different direction of playing new material. Because if we talk about the battle that they had before, was a bunch of cadences. There was nothing new besides that feature. There was nothing new in there that we don't know. Mm-hmm. So, they were playing a whole bunch of old cadences while Fam was playing newer cadences, which is the reason why FAMU didn't dub that one out. Yeah. Because of that reason. So, but then this year they tried to do that. Versus Flomo, who had newer cadences, but I don't know when they popped them cadences out, when they learned it. So they're kind of new on the block, and it just made the whole thing a little staggered to me.
Exactly, bro. That's why I think like you should still dominate. I mean, you should still establish who you are in a battle. Like that's why I loved Tennessee State versus Flomo, because they established their style. They let everyone know this is who we are. I feel like if Cookman was to play something like stick control, like they was to play one of them just impact cadences amongst all of that. I mean, maybe not stick control, because that's like
I looked at you.
But like just a chop. Exactly.
Perfect,
bro. If they would have played 08, bro, come on now, man. Like switch out that last cadence. Like if the section leader would have just bucked on Ore, and I know that sounds crazy. But there's a level of buck you gotta have, bro. And I'll forever bring this up. My last, and I know this is Jeremie's last semester as well. My last semester at Cookman, we played A&T, and I was like to myself, before we leave this stadium, I'm about to block up on A&T. because we had our junk that happened the prior to, and we didn't really get the block. So I was like, screw all that, screw what Mr. Wells say, screw what Mr. Ore say. We about to block up. Me as the section leader made that decision. And so as soon as we got off the field, I was like, everybody, let's go to the end of the A&T Stadium. Let's block up, and then we're going to play Jarhead. Mr. Ore didn't say go. Mr. Wells didn't say go. I was like, fuck it, because I only got two more months at Cookman, and they not going to do nothing to me. And so we got that junk off. And I still need to find that footage, too. But we'll find it one day. No, the gentleman in 1911, he got that footage. I know he do. That's his username on YouTube. But being that section leader takes that buck, man, and as soon as I would have heard Mr. Ore say, all right, and so for the last one, we're going to play Fish and Grits. I would have been like...
oh, yeah. Hey, Fish and Grits, yeah. Hey, y'all. Chop 19.
Yeah,
Fish and Grits, Ore. Fish and Grits, Ore. Chop 19.
Oh, wait. Dip. You're not playing Fish and Grits. No.
I'm talking about... And they got this one thing that they play where they play... hold on. Got to get Chop set.
Gotta get this.
And then they go into...
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah.
Whatever.
I think we
it
call
might
it
be
white
18. It might be 18. I don't know. It might be 18 going into Chop Grits, 07. But they do it. And,
yeah.
You know, that would have been an idea. I'm not trying to pick cadence selections because again,
of course.
I saw that you all were trying to go venture off into something different, but now here we are doing a podcast episode about our people.
Our people, man. I mean,
it's the drum line.
This is exactly, and this is what I signed up for, and so here we are. So we definitely gonna do an entire breakdown of this thing, cadence for cadence. We just gonna talk through it all. Shout out to Flomo, man.
I'm sorry for what's about to happen.
And also, Florida Memorial, Bethune-Cookman, drumline members, please don't get offended by anything we're saying. We're just being totally unbiased and totally honest. So let's get it.
You get offended. I want you to get offended because I want you to get better from what we're about to say.
Also,
or pat yourself on the back for what we're about to say. Because I'm gonna be iced up about Florida Memorial because I love that cadence structure. I just don't like that. Sometimes they don't be like. Sometimes you know how you're supposed to have a conversation. Sometimes it'd be like they talking to each other in Chinese. And it'd be like, I'll be a little off from that. But sometimes they talking to each other. I'm about to be glazing.
Yeah. They conversations go extremely deep. Like, I just know like nothing repeats, nothing is repetitive. Like, it's just so unique their cadence structure. So I definitely agree with you on that.
And then remembering, I don't know how you remember that.
Yeah. All right, let's get to it. Let me unmute this. Muted on my side. My fault.
It was working.
All right. No, it was muted on my side.
Oh, okay.
The cymbal crashes was like on the too.
This part right here I was talking about. When I was listening to him, I was like, hold on.
Oh, wow, yeah. Decrescendo. One thing though, it just be sounding so empty. Like this sounds empty right here. That caught my attention.
Yeah. Okay.
Also, there's no enthusiasm. I feel so.
All them can't dance. Like you know, you got that one guy that can't dance, but he trying. That's them.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jalen all the way, the far left quint player.
Hey. Don't rush. I heard you second leader.
Oh my, no, that wasn't section. That sounded like Taurus.
Oh, I thought the guy in the middle said that. Stick bouncing in the middle of a cadence is never fine. But they did it. They did it. They did it good.
That dirt is crazy. All right.
Now my only thing is form, bro. And I'm from Cookman. I know I'm from Cookman, and so I'm from a school where we absolutely focus on form in addition to the beats, in addition to whatever. So when I see a school that lacks form with their playing, it just sticks out like a sore thumb to me. Like majority of the things they played was honestly clean. Like,
yeah.
But it's just it looks weird.
They had some dirt up in there though.
It was some dirt, but majority of it was pretty clean, and it looks weird. But I think once they establish like what they form really is, bro, and everybody mimics that, they really might be even more dangerous than what they are now.
Yeah. My only tidbit about it was exactly what you said. I think that was Torres that said, don't rush.
It was.
You're like. You can't be their daddy. You can't be a grown man's daddy in a battle against a fight. If your son get into a fight and he come back and be like, yeah, I got into a fight, and you be like, okay, go fight again. You gonna jump in the fight with him the second time? No. You gonna let him go fight that battle. You gonna have to let them be able to be some grown men and drop them things down there and be able to keep up with what they have on their own. That, and also I love their parts, but I swear I think all the parts that they play, I think somebody just sits down and records themselves freestyling.
Yes.
And then after they record themselves freestyling, they'll be like, okay.
And just add everything else to that.
Yeah, and then just be like, yeah, we're gonna play this. And then just go and just do that. Like it's crazy to me. Like you said, there's some parts that are dead. Them dead parts are the parts that I believe that, okay, y'all, this is the groove is gonna be, and then all them little solo rip parts are the parts that what they said is gonna be. So it's got to be that. If it's not that, show me the music, because I need it. Honestly, because I was talking with somebody and somebody said that one of my students said that it was like the majority of the music that they play is not on paper. Well, I don't think that it's not on paper, because I pray that there's nobody at a collegiate level that has stuff that they're playing that's not on music. Right. And you got people getting scholarships. Right. Yeah, so that's but most importantly, like it's if that's what the case is, then that might be the reason why it might be a lot of interpretation issues as far as what they're playing. Yeah, because you can interpret a lot better when you can read it and you see what it's supposed to be. Yeah, exactly. You can know the exact timing of some beats. Yeah, for the entire section if it's written out. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that's all I got to say about it. It was still an overall good cadence. I give it a 7.5. Out of 10. Yeah. 8. 7.5. I definitely give it a 7, only because the entire cadence didn't move me. I definitely got it got empty at one point, and I got bored literally in those couple seconds. But then they did a transition that got me back. So but yeah, I get this first one a 7 for sure. I was gonna say something else. Dang. Them cheating symbols. Right. That was fine. It just wasn't cymbals playing that.
Yeah, exactly. I definitely prefer a cowbell over hi-hats.
Yeah.
Cooking. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, I forgot my point I was going to say, but shout out to Flomo for round 1. Let's see what Cookman got.
For their round 1. Deep as hell.
Right. Enormous.
Look at that. Camera got to figure out what angle they're going to be at to see it all. Look at my boy Josh. Look at that. This one, I didn't like this either. Like, they just played for like a minute and a half. What are y'all talking about? Unless they just got there. If they just got there, that's different. But everybody looked like they were set.
That should have been, already solidified.
Yeah, I do know because I was there. They were playing a cadence prior when they were walking up, like all the way from the gate, and then they played that second cadence. Okay. But it just they looked like everybody was set. So what in God's name was you talking about?
Feature 24. They're playing with intensity. Like, I remember my point now.
Completely different sound of what's going on.
Yes. Like, this is what I love about Impact. And it's not because of the numbers, by the way. It's because everybody's playing out.
Yeah, because them drums tune crazy high.
Yes,
and you can still hear what's supposed to be happening.
Exactly. Sticking could have been better.
That's like featured 2-3 years ago still.
Well, timing of it.
Yeah.
I love this part. Shout out to them.
This is my favorite part.
Yeah, the ride out.
I wish they would just look with the head.
Transition. Oh, never mind. Oh, here you go. Yeah.
There you go.
I know this already.
Uh-huh. If I had to say what the worst section is out here, I gotta say it's the Quince.
That sticking was just so cooking, man.
Yeah, I know.
that was just
so Ori.
Like who? That was just so hard.
Is that Ori right there? That's Ori standing right there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Come on, Quince.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Bass heavy.
Which is okay, because the way that the tune is kind of like you can be.
Yeah.
It ain't too much.
But they ain't waste no time, boy.
Exactly. That's what you're supposed to do in the battle.
Yeah, of course,
right.
of course.
So, my synopsis of that one. I mean, it was all right. Again, the weakest section was the Quince, and
yeah.
Cookman definitely got round one on that one.
Yeah.
But the stigma is the Cookman band, the Marching Wildcats, always play the same old book. So, of course, you're gonna be good on the stuff that you've been playing for the past 10 years. You better not be sorry.
Right.
It better be first. So that's what I believe that kind of happened on that one. I mean, they've only been. I think that was feature 20, 21, 20. No, I went too far back. I went too far back. It was like 23 or something like that.
Yeah, I think it was Tim's last feature. The previous section leader last week. He graduated last year. So it might be 23 then. 23.
Yeah, I think it's 23 then. So yeah. So I believe that that was the 23 feature.
Mm-hmm.
And if that's the case, that's fine, because we're one of the few lines that actually do features. So
right.
I wouldn't be okay with doing a feature and then just letting that cadence just die off in the wind. Nah, we finna book that thing.
Yeah,
so,
add it to the book.
Yeah, but I mean, other than that, there really wasn't too much else bad I can say about it. It might have been a little roll issues with the snares, but the Quince were the biggest handicap. You know who we need on here? Pudge. Pudge is the biggest advocate of Cookman, period. Cookman could have went out there and dropped this stick, and he would defend it saying, we dropped the stick, but we still spanked y'all. So
it's like, you gotta call a spade a spade. But shout out to Pudge. That's Dante Seaborn in the Percussion Connection, if y'all wonder.
Oh yeah, my bad. I'm sorry. I barely forgot his real name as much as we had to call him Pudge.
Right.
But yeah, he somebody said something about the Quince, and then he went on there. He was like, "It's not that they were bad; they just didn't execute." I was just like, "Oh well." But I mean, what he's saying ain't wrong. It's just he's just the biggest advocate. And I don't ever remember winning a discussion with Pudge. So by all means, welcome to the Drum Lounge.
Right, man. Shout out to my frat brother Pudge. Yeah, Cookman definitely takes this round. They takes the W this round. Out of the gate, they play with intensity. I was never bored. Like, I was hearing, no pun intended, but I was hearing the impact from this cadence, from this feature, the entire time. Like, I was engaged this entire time. Like, of course, I know this feature from beginning to end. Like, I've seen it a million times, but seeing it again, I was like, oh yeah, this is hard. So they absolutely killed that. Yeah, but like you said, man, the quints, you can tell that there is a difference in intensity factor or a difference in confidence between the snare line and the quint line. The snares are playing with extreme confidence, or at least in this first cadence, and you can tell by the unified stick heights. You can tell by the cleanliness, and you can tell by the intensity of their strokes. But the quints, bro, you can tell they kind of like flowing through it. I think it goes this way. Like, nah, y'all need to lift them sticks, man. Play out, cause
exactly. That makes so much of a difference, man.
So much of a difference, bro. Like if this was played with intensity, I'm about to cut y'all heads off with everything y'all play, but that I would have had a totally different opinion about this. But
that's what Flomo's not doing. Like, they just versus Cookman.
Exactly.
It's just a different monster with when it comes down to how intense you're playing. So for this one, I give Cookman a 9, and I take away 0.5 points because of the quints, and then another 0.5 points because I do feel like the groove was going forever. Like, it was one groove to another groove to another groove because it was a feature. One groove to another groove to another groove. So eventually I was like, oh, okay, this thing going kind of long. It ain't cadence for cadence. You trying to Norfolk somebody.
Right.
But still a 9 over that 7.5 I gave him. The Cookman get the first round to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely got a 9 for them. Yeah, I said 9. All right, let's see what Flomo got round 2.
This is where things start getting a little off the record. Look at that. Them boys got a formation for every cadence.
Them basses, y'all know y'all got that from Cookie. Come on now. And that little move they did. They know they got it from Cookie.
See, that made sense.
Yeah.
Y'all need a ditto exercise.
Yeah. And an 8 exercise, honestly.
Yeah.
Them toners are...
Hold on.
Yeah, the toners are going stupid. Bro, this is so crazy.
They just chatting.
Bro, I'm gonna wait. Like, what? Impressive.
And they put them tenors on tonal.
Exactly. 1, 2, 3. Oh, 7, 8.
I got. That's 4/4. So 1, 2, 3. Well, you can't hear this echo.
5, 6, 7, 1, 8, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think it was like 7, 8, and then to a 4/4 measure.
Oh, I heard 4/4. Man, what they were doing, flipping? The cymbals that just came back.
I like this cadence. I like
it too. It made a lot more sense than the first one.
Yeah. I think I like this one much more than the first one. So I would definitely give this one a good 8.
Yeah, that's about where I was.
Definitely
too. 8.1 build your plans.
I'm around that, but I definitely like. I do think now, Flomo, y'all correct me if I'm wrong. I do think there was like 7/8. He was switching from 7/8 to 4/4 to 7/8 to 4/4 by maybe tweaking there. And but I do like that. I like that feel though. Like that was a 5 like switching meters or what have you.
I say this cadence really brought out the fact that I feel like y'all need to get like a good, nice ditto exercise. Like,
yeah. Mixing some buzzes in there too, because the buzzes will bring out the meat. The buzzes will bring out playing those dittos. Playing those dittos out, like, because you can't just play a ditto, like, especially when y'all doing like the accents or like doing cheeses and those dittos are up. Like, you can't just play those dittos with minimal space between the first and second tap. Like,
yeah, I did. So my recommendation: a ditto exercise and a 30-second note exercise.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, double beat.
Whatever. There you go. Yeah, I'm not trash. That's what I recommend, because y'all are doing a lot of that, which is great.
You doing right, left, right, left.
Ditto, right, left, right, ditto, left, right.
Oh, this is fun. Oh yeah, that's fun.
So something of that to really open up, really make people understand what you're doing on your end, because that does hurt you a lot when you're sitting there trying to get real gritty with the higher end notes, and then you do it with tricky stuff, which is fine, but you just want people to understand it. I don't take away anything else, honestly. Y'all were doing the thing, and them tonal drum tenors are just so different.
Yeah. And they was actually clean in that run they did. So
yeah, I literally thought about, like, you ever heard of like a water gong? Like when you take a gong and you hit it and that's what they sounded like to me.
Yeah, low key.
So yeah, 8 for Flomo. Yeah, 8. I might bump it to an 8.5. I get I will give it an 8.5 because it really wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad at all.
Yeah,
I will say the way this cadence sounds, I feel like that's how all Florida schools sound now, except for those people who are literally identical to Cookman or identical to FAMU or identical to whatever. But like that style of just random beats in a cadence, like I feel like when I came to Honor Your Name, all of the schools were pretty much playing that way. Like it's just like. There's no really set structure for real. It's just like real technical beats, snare heavy, and everybody else backing up the snares, and that's the feature or that's the cadence.
Yep.
And it could be hard. That could be fine, but at some point it's just be like too exactly. At some point it just be too technical. It's like, okay, well, where's the groove at least? Like, let me see some sticking at some point for more than 4 counts. Like, let me see something, but. I like it though. I still like it. Yeah, I mean, it's pushing the complexity of music in Florida, which is good. But I mean,
is it desired? That's the question.
I'm from the '90s, and I be wanting a good old fashioned just groove sometimes. Yeah, a good old sticking for 16 counts maybe. Come in with some beats after that. But shout out to Flomo, man. You know what? I'll say 8.5 too. I'll say 8.5 for this round, only because I know what Cookman about to come back with, but. Let's go.
Well, I'm digging into this one because I heard this cadence and I liked it. I didn't like it the first time, then I liked it the second time. Didn't like it, then I liked it. So
yeah, let me really listen with impact ears.
Big ass camera.
Love the way it started, by the way.
Yeah, that's how you knew somebody that wasn't a Cookman staff member wrote it.
Yep. They're doing. Got to do the 216 in the A. See, 16. See, sticking. Love good old sticking from time to time. Oh, come on, guy.
Come on.
Not come on.
See, this is different for Cookman. I've never seen this before. This is good.
This got me.
Yeah, exactly. I said, oh, hold on. I feel like Ori added that.
You know, Cookman roll. Yep. Oh, I didn't know they split it. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie too.
You see what I'm saying, bro? I'll listen to it one day, won't like it. Listen to it again, like it, won't like it. So see, that was a like it on that end.
So this is actually tough because I like both schools in this round. Like I mess with Flomo's cadence and I mess with impact. Everybody, or somebody, fumbled the sticks towards the beginning, but they were executing these moves well and sounding well while doing it. It's just. If it could be a little cleaner. That roll was clean. That crescendo roll was clean.
Yeah, it was.
that was freaking piss.
I don't know, man. So my only issue with this is I feel like they weren't playing nothing too complicated. So if I had to pick anything, both of them had dirty spots. But I think both of them took risks too. Cookman made more sense than Florida Memorial, but Florida Memorial beats were just a little nastier. This is gonna sound crazy, and this is what a majority of other people might be saying. I have to give them an 8.5 too. Oh, this boy's up. I gotta tie it because man, it's. I know it's not that it's not hard. It's just one played easier material and executed a little bit better. One played harder material and it had a few more fumbles, so it kind of evens itself out. I gotta tie it, man. If I had to give it to somebody, I would give it to Flomo, but I'm not giving it to Flomo. Not because I'm hating on it. It's just because everybody had their own little pickups and hiccups. But tonal tenor drums, tonal bass drums were going stupid. Snares and quints over there were just talking to each other. Then you get to Cookman, and Cookman sound like they had like time signature changes. They were doing visuals. That's another thing too that Flomo might be lacking a little bit. Like now that one cadence had visuals. They were playing things in different times and all of that good stuff. And the tenor drums were going crazy too. So I had to tie that one, man.
And our name is Sudden Impact. And one thing Impact does well is have those sections of their cadences where things are just extremely bass heavy, and it just feels like the opposing drum line is currently getting their head cut off. Like that's why I implement that junk in a lot of my cadences because. Having that bass heavy sound, no tonals being played, everybody playing the same units and parts, tenors probably doing something similar. Like that sound just be extremely powerful, bro. And playing them junks in battles, that junk be fire. It'd be key. But I think if Cookman had just a little more confidence behind this cadence, I don't know when this cadence was passed out, but if this was something that if this was passed out earlier in the year and they practiced it every single day to the point where like the confidence was just extreme, like up to the same level of like stick control or something like usual Cookman cadence, I think this would sound and look a lot better than it did to the point where we'll definitely say that Cookman got this round as well. But I got the same sentiments of you saying that like they it's a tie. For this round.
That's what I give it. And it's not to take away from nothing. It's just. Everybody had their pluses and everybody had their minuses. But I'm not going to bias Cookman and be like, oh, they playing something new. Yeah, man, forget that. They did it.
Exactly.
So, because, I can't do it. Tie for me.
Yeah. All right. See this last round, man.
Yeah, this is the one I want to. Hold on, y'all. I got to go put gas in my car. I'm just playing.
Oh.
I was just joking.
Wait. Oh, actually, this is when the battle stops. So,
yeah.
Another formation.
I'm telling you, bro. Them rolls just get crazy, man. I'm gonna make y'all a diddle warm up.
It's the 30-second note hi-hats I was talking about.
Ooh.
I'm thinking it's the cymbals.
Going stupid.
I forgot about the chant. Yeah, man. Flomo Quince, I feel like, had more confidence.
Yo, 1000%.
Like, look, you can tell they love the part that they're playing. Hey.
I'm talking about snares, quints.
Yeah.
Everybody just freestyling at the same time.
Unified freestyle.
Yeah. See, I don't know who playing, if it's the cymbal standing up or the ride cymbal.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, come on.
I hope that cadence is called dotted 16th note followed by a 32nd. Because y'all was killing that.
I'm telling you.
Right, boy.
Go ahead.
That was just fire. I mean, I think that was just the worst cadence to play before. As a Cookmanite, I think that was the worst cadence to hear, to be standing across from, knowing that you better play fish and grits. Like, I would have saw that and been like, damn. Yeah. Here you come back to play fish and grits.
I would have said, man, we ain't playing fish and grits, man.
Yeah, at all. Like, I would
2000.
2000 something, bro.
Hey, man, keep it safe.
Yeah, because they literally in this cadence, they whipped out what we were just saying that Cookman was doing in the previous cadence, where everybody's playing those units and parts. And you could tell that they were trying to cut off Cookman's head in this round.
Exactly.
At least that's what it sounds like. And
they executed that job. Quint's about to play solo. All right, bet. Let's go.
Yes. Literally killing it, bro.
The snares. That very last part before they got into the little... It got real muddy in that transition.
Yeah.
But other than that, man, I don't have nothing bad about that cadence.
9.
Yeah, 9.
Like, that joke gets a 9 for me.
I don't got that. Oh, yeah, 9? I can definitely get that. Yeah, I can get that to you. 9.5? I was thinking
I'll probably
too.
say 9.5. The only reason why I'm not giving them completely 10s is because that form still. It's like that the snares are not looking the same for real.
You know, now that you mentioned that, I do a 9. Because the snares was really struggling on a lot of them solos that they were playing. That very last part where it got real muddy before that transition. And, well, I ain't going to talk about their form. So this is what I say. They all look ugly. But they all look ugly together. I can't be mad at that. Because they just, if everybody out there playing like this.
If Jackson State can do it, anybody can do it.
Yeah, I'm
if
telling you.
Jackson State can have that unified, just whatever this is, then anybody can do it, bro. And that includes Flomo.
You're right. They all look ugly, but they look ugly together.
Yeah.
So they just look like they're playing on practice pads. Like you don't play on a practice pad, like you don't go full out
crazy
like you do on a drum.
Exactly.
Yeah, so you can tell like before they go out there, they be all right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's exactly how they're playing versus
playing out exactly. That's the only thing. To be honest, this whole battle, that's really my only gripe. For real. I mean, of course they was dirt, so, but you can clean that up. But it seems like it's set in stone that that's how the snares play. And if that's the case, I feel like that should probably change. But
hey, if they like you, right. Yeah,
exactly.
If that's what you like, then all right, cool. That's all I see. So now I'll take away the 9.5. I'll give it a 9. 9, and then in that the funky snares, just every time they go to, it just never sounds good. It don't.
Yeah. Well, all right. Let's see what Impact follows up with.
Hold on, let me
Let me sip my tea in this one. Let me get my depression medicine.
Okay, I had to pray before I hit that bit, boy. One more time. Hold on. In Jesus' name we pray, amen. Oh my God. Okay.
Oh man,
They're about to be grits.
All right. So I guess we can go ahead and say, yeah, this apparently this cadence is called Fish and Grits. So let's see.
Comment section, you be the judge. No, actually, don't comment that. I lied. Don't comment in the case grits. Actually, forget it. We're the lounge. People see that vibe off of it, figure out get better from it. Comment section below after you done liked and subscribed. Let us know what you think about this whole battle. But most importantly, give your opinions. What can they do to make it better? Because we're trying to make people better here. We're not trying to shoot people down.
Exactly.
What can you do to be better? Because boy.
All right, boy. All right, here we go. Third round. Oh, why ain't it? I think so. What's going on? What going?
Oh, what going? Whose recording is this? Is this Bandhead?
Yeah, I think it's
Look at him.
Bandhead paparazzi.
Jay, get out of there. That boy said, get out of there. So this is where the communication issues started happening that I was talking about. No, it's gonna play. This is what
I'm confused.
So look, you can kind of see like everybody, 5 different people are getting talked to right now. And then Jeremie finna jump out of line and go do whatever. So it's just a bad communication. I don't know what was going on.
Yeah.
So I thought it was over. I was like, oh, that's
crazy. Niggas confused. All you see is brims looking.
Everybody's doing this right here. Trying to figure out what's going on. They said, I guess
that is embarrassing, boy.
Yeah, it's just bad communication. And then they when it already said play Fish and Grits, they tried to leave. He said, no, you gonna play the cadence.
High school kids hyped in the back. They didn't know what was coming. And this is that emptiness I was saying Flomo was having.
Yeah.
This is too empty for me.
And you can tell, like, people look at everybody individually. People try to figure out what's going on. It's about to get bad.
Sounds like Palm Beach Lakes, man. This is one of them things I should have stayed in the percussion room.
Yeah. I feel like it. Well, let it finish. I think this is the only part successfully everybody knew.
Because they're accented 16th notes. Nobody's doing nothing.
Here, good, get nasty. Oh my gosh. People done got on the wrong hand. Oh my god. They didn't even know the cadence was over. And they tried to get out of there. That boy's trying to...
I almost just cried again, boy. Like, wait, hold on. Let me just...
That boy's trying to hit a slide ski.
The boy's trying to dip.
They said,
That is embarrassing, man. So, I mean, of course, that last cadence is... I mean, honestly, I'll probably give it a 7. Like, I'll give it definitely above 5. It just fell apart towards the end.
I give it a 6.
Well, I'll give it a 6.
I give it a 6. I don't know about no
only
7.
Because the beginning was very empty. It took a while to build up, kind of like Flomo's first cadence.
Yeah, and to me, it built up to nothing. Like, If it was a build up and then it just got nasty, okay, you made us wait for the main event. Yeah, you made us wait for them to play. That was probably the height of everything being played. The snare solo got a little people. You could tell people were in distress trying to figure out what was going on. People were playing. Oh crap, we still playing. I don't know. Other people, you really can't tell if a tenor is messing up because the tenors are kind of hiding. But the people that you're supposed to see first, who are in the front line, which is the snares and the quints, is in that video is the people that really messed it up for you.
And we was just literally this entire battle. At least I was praising Cookman for playing with intensity and playing with confidence. There are snares rather. You could tell that last cadence, it wasn't really confident because the stick heights started to lower. Because is this the part? I think it is. And so yeah, man. But I see what that cadence was trying to do, Mr. Ore. You know,
it was grits. I'll keep saying it.
It was grits, man.
I think there's potential in that cadence, but because you and I know how Ore writes. Ore writes cadences with the idea of what happened.
No, I got a comment based on.
Oh, okay, yeah, but Ore writes cadences based off of development. He'll write a cadence that ain't nothing but a groove. It'll be and then he'll grow and change it. Oh, okay, I don't like this. Let me add this. I don't like this. Let me add this. I don't think that they had time to do that, and they just went out there with what was on the paper. Maybe a snare solo that he wrote in the beginning of the year and said, "Let's add this and make this happen." And it was just a lot of those things that were kicking fire when it came down there. And now it was now we got to play this. That's what I thought. They played the travel tune and said, "All right, we played the travel tune." No, or he said, "No, we playing that cadence." And that's why
that was Ore that cut him off.
Yeah, Ore cut him off.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Well, I was there, ladies and gentlemen, so I saw it.
Oh, that's crazy.
And I think that's why everybody's heads were looking around. Like when he said, "No, we're gonna play a cadence," they was like, "I don't know that."
Okay, yeah. Wow, man.
And they said,
so that's iffy. Yeah, that's damn, man.
Ain't no iffy. I mean, if that's what happened, that's what happened. I feel like that's what happened because I don't live with Ore, but we was under him for 5-6 years.
Yeah, exactly.
So we know kind of how he operates, and that's what it had to be. No student wrote that cadence. I pray that Jeremie wouldn't have been out there and been okay with debuting that cadence just on his own demeanor.
Exactly.
If you were, man, that's bad on your part. But I don't know you like that, Jeremie. But I don't think you would go out there and be like, "Oh, if I know the cadence, everybody else knows the cadence." Like, no, there's an image that had to be upheld on that one.
Yeah. And I actually, knowing that, I actually take back what I said. So or at least about the section leader. I think if Ore was like really pushing for this to be played, then that's a different story. I don't know, man, because he could have said, "No, we playing that cadence," and Jeremie could have probably said something else, and even that would have fell apart. Like if he would have said, like Mr. Ore said, "Okay, now we about to play Fish and Grits," and the section leader still would have yelled, "Nah, we about to play Stick Control," and they played Stick Control. That shit still would have fell apart.
Stick Control.
Yeah. So this was just a bad day, man. It was just a bad day.
And now, granted, I don't think Ore stopped them. Well, if you saw in the video, that was happening, and then he was talking to Ore or whatever, and then when he was talking to Ore, right after that, he cut it off and then tapped off the cadence. I don't know exactly what Ore said, but there was a conversation that happened in between there, and it involved what was happening, which was J-Ville being played. So it had to be that, man. And nothing bad against. Nothing bad against Ore. I can't say that because I love Mr. Ore to death. But if you was okay with that cadence being played, now if you made them play it because shame on y'all for not learning the cadence, then that's a lesson learned. I agree with that. If you made them play it because you thought that cadence was gonna be all right to debut,
iffy. And you know what? I hope Mr. Ore didn't have the same mindset as he had between when we battled Florida State, because you know that the Florida State battle was just an exhibition of two drum lines. It wasn't really a battle.
Yeah, I don't put nothing for that Florida State battle. I don't put nothing on Ore. I put it on Pudge and them because we were in the Bandroom practicing all the cadences we were gonna play. Got to the game, and then Pudge was like, "Nah, them cadences ain't ready." And I know I'm not crazy. I played in the section. We were supposed to play. What was the first cadence we played? What was the first cadence?
It was like Road Trip.
Oh, well, that don't count. I ain't talking about that. It was 6/8.
Twisted, I think. Oh yeah, 6/8. Yeah, 6/8.
It was supposed to be 6/8, 2000, and I think we had I feel like we had a 11. 6/8, 2000. And Twisted, I believe. It was something like that. But he said, "No, we're going to go out here and play these two cadences." And I was so hot. That's the year that I said, I'm going to be section leader one year.
Yeah.
Like, I understand he made the decision thinking that it wasn't ready to be debuted. But in my head, bro, we was in the Bandroom. We done ran it 4 times back to back, and it was straight.
And was ready, yes.
I think he just got spooked. It was just like, no, we're not going to go out here and look bad. And it was like, we went out there and played stuff we didn't practice. And we were still good, now don't get me wrong. But we went out there and played stuff we didn't practice all day. It was cadences that were just already in the book versus...
Just in the book, right.
Yeah, and when he did that, I was...
Yeah.
Man, woo, I can't stand it. I can't... Woo, I'm going to knock him out when I get back to the Bandroom.
Yeah, that was definitely an interesting battle. But then again, the mindset of that battle was, or just the energy behind that battle was, 2 drum lines just showing their skills or showing what they do. This battle, and I feel like Ori probably had that mindset. Now this battle, in the HBCU drumline world, this is the opportunity to cut off heads. I'm wondering if Mr. Ori still had that same mindset that he did for or even the previous the previous Flomo battle that he had with Flomo and FAMU. I wonder what is his thinking. Like, is he going into this battle like, we just gonna do a couple cadences and we're gonna slide, or is he going into this like, we about to absolutely chop up you and then we're gonna leave.
We're about to destroy you and your we're about to take your kids and make them apply for our school.
Exactly. Because I feel like with the latter, that comes with, all right, now we about to present only the cadences that we absolutely know. But if we know that we about to but if he had the mindset of, we just about to go ahead and show what we do, then he probably would decide to show a cadence that they probably barely know, but just to show the kids what we're doing, like for the kids jump. Like, I wonder if this is like a for the kids type battle or to cut off heads type battle. But
I wonder if Ori still practices in the Bandroom too. If y'all do, I know you have like a cutoff time with sound out there at Cookman. Like, as much time outside as you can, get that outside practice time.
Yes,
man.
yes.
You real deal. On the inside, I feel like you hear what it's supposed to sound like.
Yeah.
On the outside, you hear everything that could be a mistake and all that, and you wanted to get it to sound like what you can hear. If you can make outside sound good, inside is gonna sound 10 times better.
Yeah,
if you can
absolutely.
make the inside sound good, outside you're gonna catch the mistakes. So that's just an idea I recommend.
Exactly, man. I know that percussion room, when y'all be in the drum room or percussion room, like everything sounds really good. I'm telling you, it's literally a different story every time you step outside, man. So I agree with that.
Having 12 snares that are tuned this high, gonna sound real good like a building. And then you go out there and that bitch sound like
right.
It's a different monster. And also, I would say, dang, I forgot what I was about to say. Oh, never mind. I remember what I was about to say. I know what my 5th quarter is now. I always change it. Cause I'm trying to make it what we're talking about. It's gonna be that. But when we get there, we'll get there. I'll tell you what it is.
And so, coming off this battle, this was based on, as you can see clearly, Cookman kind of took the L here. And so, because of that, there was an enormous conversation just all across the internet. Cookman taking the L.
He took an L.
Right. And I agree, but there was one comment in particular that I felt like it made sense. Somebody was pretty much talking about, and this is my guy Kenneth. He I don't know if he still worked with Stevenson High, but he used to work with Stevenson High.
Clark, I think his name.
Yeah, Kenneth Clark. Yeah.
Okay.
He was pretty much speaking on the repetitiveness of the sound of impact. How like most of our cadences low key sound the same because of the structure of the calypso groove. Yes, exactly. So I want to read exactly what he said. So he was like, well, and he was hilariously enough, he was responding to Pudge or Duntavius.
Oh, I want Pudge's response.
Right. Now he said respect. But
no, that ain't all he said. But go ahead.
He was like, well, as a fan, I've still never seen them win a battle. And he talking about Impact. I've still never seen them win a battle. And if that's because NCAT doesn't want to put out the footage, that's footage from 2017 that I was talking about earlier, then that's a different story. But my point stands. And yes, I remember the battle with FAMU and Cookman and Flomo. I guess you won by default with FAMU being as dirty as they can be and Flomo not getting the chance for real after Cookman walked by them. That was weird when Cookman just walked past them to just only face FAMU. That probably literally fueled this.
That was kind of gangster though. But
it was gangster. It was like hella disrespectful.
Yeah.
And he also said, and maybe it's been that I've watched Cookman so closely for almost 10 years that I can tell that the writing is repetitive and not necessarily meaning repeating measures, but repetitive in how most of the cadence start the same and have the same climax and end the same. I guess the right words would be a repetitive structure. So he thinks that Cookman has a repetitive cadence structure.
Yeah.
Which you can't really debate about that. I mean, you can't really.
I mean, because it's the same. Well, other than the second cadence, our instructor is writing a majority of everything. Has been doing it for God knows how long.
Right.
So
since 85.
you're gonna hear the same thing. He might get an idea of this is what I want to happen in this cadence. But you're going to hear the same thing because the guy's been doing it for forever. I'm not trying to defend it because I feel the same way sometimes when I write cadence.
Yeah.
Like I just wrote a cadence and I was like, dang, bro, this cadence is structured the exact same way as my other cadence is, and it made me sit back and think like, dang, hold on, like I don't caught myself in a mistake. So I agree with what he said.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And it really takes just like the tenor drummer who wrote that second cadence. It really just takes someone in the section just writing different material. Like when I became section leader, I wrote cadences that didn't sound like something Cookman would usually play. Like that Jarhead Jones is just totally left center, and I feel like they should have played that, man. But that's a different story. But anyhow, I do want to like I could have shot him at the end, but anyway, I do want to read what the section leader gave a statement.
Jeremie,
and the section leader Jeremie. We got the same name. I don't know if y'all was confused about that this whole time, but the section leader's name is Jeremie as well. And he was just like, I take full accountability for what happened on that last cadence. The cadence is 2 days old. Last night was our first day playing it in its entirety, the day before the performance. Then we get to Palm Beach Lakes today, and he still tries to add ideas and stuff to it as we are waiting to perform. And by he means Mr. Ori.
So yep, that's about what I said.
Exactly. Apparently, it was communicated to the quints leader to play the tag at the end of that cadence, but it was never communicated with the whole section leader, let alone me. That's crazy. Bottom line, I knew the cadence wasn't battle material ready or battle ready, or wasn't battle material ready or battle ready, but instead of calling an audible and dealing with the consequences later, I let it slide. See, I would have called that audible. Because I would have had to call that audible, man. Because as soon as Mr. Ori would have said, all right, last cadence is Cook style, nah.
All right, Mr. Ori, Cook style, y'all. Odd times?
Something like. But nah.
Spin groove?
But I literally totally agree. I totally get it, Jeremie, for sure. I totally get it. Because there is a respect for Mr. Ore. You know, we do respect and love Mr. Ore.
For sure.
So I get it. But, you know, it's times where you just got to, I don't know, man.
Well, Mr. Ore, if you're watching this, I just do want you to understand, and I hope that it wasn't, like, on your ideas, but a battle ain't the same thing as a feature. We do features the night before, 2 nights before, and we go out there and, you know, we just hope for the best, and we make it happen. But
for some reason,
but in a battle, you got people that are trying to topple over whatever your mistakes are. In a feature, you don't. It's like you try to make sure that you can top yourself. And like I know we just ran it out here in the parking lot, and I messed up on this part. So I'm oh dang, let me hope I can get on here on this field and able to do it. When you get out there in the battle, like it's people that are looking at you like, drop it. What's wrong with you?
Like, please.
Yes. So it makes minds go crazy. It's not the same type of monster as a feature, so it can't be a last minute thing. And if it wasn't ready, that's perfectly fine. You know, it's footage that's gonna be out later on, and you do footages at the end of the year anyway. So just
exactly, y'all could have recorded that cadence in the Bandroom and just had
and what y'all have that we don't have is a media team. Y'all definitely could have did that.
Miss Todd or her daughter, I forgot the daughter name, but she was just walking all through this junk getting footage. So like y'all could have recorded that in the Bandroom, man. Y'all could have saved it. I could have whipped out Jarhead and hit him with the boom at the end.
Yeah, man. But I mean, things happen. This is in the history books, and it's perfectly fine. I truly believe that you need to be able to take an L and learn from the L in order to get a dub later. And
for sure.
I give the dub to because that big margin at the end. If we had to do it in point score, I have to give that dub to Flomo.
Absolutely. Flomo just takes it all, man. They really held their own here. Like, you could tell that they came in this battle ready. Like, they came ready to cut Impact head off, and they managed to do that. But the thing about Impact, our heads grow back. So
lizards.
Yes. So y'all had better. Hey,
yeah,
y'all got it.
It's not over.
But hey, Lovey, Tori Lovey,
Lovely.
Lovely. Oh, his last name Lovely.
Lovely, yes.
Oh, I thought it was Lovey. Wow, so
nah.
That's a hilarious last name. But yeah, Tori Lovely. I see the comments, man.
Oh yeah, he went crazy.
Feel free to talk shit from now until whenever, but that next whenever is gonna happen at some point.
And bring that same energy.
Yeah, we gonna be there, but
he
definitely shout out.
He wasn't talking like that after Tennessee State. I don't remember nothing after Tennessee State. He got here, the man making memes.
Right. Yeah,
man,
as he should.
He was in there. Yeah. You won. All right, but he was in there. There's a video where he like. just evilly laughing, like, hold on, cuz, like, hey, all right, you got the dub, you go ahead, you get your showboat out the way.
And to that point, I heard that after this battle, and I don't know if this is true or not, but I heard that after this battle, as Cookman was going back to the buses and traveling back to the buses through like the hallways of the school or whatever, that Flomo struck back up as they were walking away, as they were walking to the buses on some Norfolk junk that happened in 2011 when Cookman was packing drums and Norfolk was playing to him. Now I don't know if that's true, but if that happened, that's crazy.
So I was there, I didn't see that, but now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, I do remember Florida Memorial marching out, and like they was like in the at Palm Beach Lakes. It's like a big long first floor hallway, and I saw them marching out the first floor hallway to get back to the buses. And Cookman was already at the buses because they got there way earlier.
Yeah, so that's probably what it was. Yeah,
so
that's what it was.
If I missed it, I missed it. I definitely didn't see that, but that's what really should have been online. Why you ain't record that?
No, I'm glad because we already got the one night stand video. We have a video call from Norfolk.
Oh yeah, that video still is haunting, man. I had a bad dream about that the other day. I was like, go get some.
Norfolk chopped us out. Chopped out the buses. But nah, man, absolutely. But I definitely, despite everything we talked about, I mean, literally everything is out of love. I absolutely love Florida Memorial's drumline. Shout out to Tori Lovely and your students over there, man. Y'all.
I just want to say, I'm sorry. I just want to say Tori. He keeps saying the name Taurus Lovely. I don't want nobody to
Taurus.
Taurus Lovely. Yeah, you got a Taurus Lovely that teaches at Flomo, and you got Tova Lovely that I think.
Tova. That's who I'm really thinking of. Okay.
Yeah, Tova
I'm combining
Lovely.
The two names.
Todd teaches, Todd, I don't know. I ain't seen him all year. But at FAMU, he was the assistant instructor. Maybe that's why they ain't been popping out all year. But then Taurus Lovely.
Taurus.
Well, yeah, Lovely. So ain't nobody butcher your name, man. It happens.
Okay, yeah. My fault. Definitely my fault.
It's all right.
I'm definitely not trying to disrespect you, Taurus, because y'all did kill this junk, man. I gotta give you credit for that. So shout out to y'all, and shout out to Impact. Shout out to Mr. Ore,
Jeremie.
Exactly. Shout out to Jeremie. I am, of course, or we are just absolute Impact heads. So no matter what happens, I'm still repping Impact to the day I die. Death before dishonor. You know how we do PPP. But yeah, we just took the L, man, and I hope that y'all like learn from this experience. Whoever's gonna be the section leader next year, I hope like you learn what you would do differently in a situation like this, because sometimes what leadership says may not be what's best for the situation logically. Like there's times when like people be wanting to buck leadership and it's just like uncalled for. It's like unnecessarily wanting to buck leadership. It's like, bro, why are you doing that? But I feel like in an instance like this, where there's several cameras out, there is so many kids watching, there's like people waiting to comment on what's going on here, I feel like something like this, an audible absolutely has to be thrown. Yeah, man.
Here we are.
This was the year of the underdog for sure. I gotta say, like, it seems like the underdogs are freaking going crazy. Like, because of course this battle, I thought Cookman was going to absolutely dominate.
Boy.
The underdog.
Fort Valley coming out, popping out on Jackson State.
Exactly.
Flomo coming out, popping out on Cookman.
Tennessee State,
everybody that you thought was the best in your everybody that you thought was just trash is now the hero in their city.
Yes,
and here we are.
Man.
We are the underdog, man. Congrats to all the little people out here.
You're right. Not the little people.
Mm-hmm. Face Place, forget that. Face Place went out to Atlanta and dubbed it out.
Underdog.
And underdog, baby.
Yes, sir. Exactly, man. So shout out to all the underdogs. But yeah, it's that time of the episode, or that part of the episode when we get to the fifth quarter segment. For y'all that don't know, fifth quarter segment is when we play a drumline clip or a band clip that we love a lot, and we show it or we play it on the show uninterrupted, just a full clip for y'all to enjoy along with us. And of course, all coming off this battle, my clip is obviously going to be a Cookman cadence.
Mine
it's actually going to be right. And it's actually going to be our Bandroom footage of us practicing the 2017 Florida Classic drumline feature. This is my last feature
video.
Oh yeah, it really is. This is my last feature. My last time practicing in the band room, honestly, because we didn't after this. So this is literally my last cadence in the band room. But yeah, this is feature 2017.
Hey, I always wanted to learn that jump where y'all did whatever that jump.
Oh
is.
yeah.
That jump was nasty.
That's Ore too, but that's when that man was.
Yeah, Ore.
Everybody was writing something stupid.
Everybody grooving out snares.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever. Hey, you remember that day? I'm sorry, random. You remember that day?
Yeah.
Or it was like, no man, you gotta flip the ticket.
Yeah.
You gotta flip the ticket. Make sure you do
it. Wait, I
said,
still don't know.
Like I said,
I still don't know how to do it yet.
Yeah,
literally
man.
All the snares, like.
Yeah, man, it's easy. All you gotta do is do.
I'm like, Mr. Ori, we still don't know how to do it yet. You gotta show us.
And he showed us. And then there was one day he did it and said, yeah, man, you gotta flip and catch it. And God damn, I'm good.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
I was like, Ori is the realest man walking, boy.
Yeah, man, that's the guy.
He said, God damn good, boy.
Man, hilarious. Shout out to Ori, man.
The king, man.
All right, let's see what we got. Feature 17.
It's 2.5 minute feature. You wrote this part, right?
Yeah. Called LA, by the way. I love Andrea. Shout out to my wife.
I never knew that.
Mm-hmm.
Set ball.
Now the snare doing the movement, that was fine. That I added.
Quints are clean.
Playing with confidence. Everybody looking straight,
like just going. Here you go. This is what I want to learn. Come on.
Tone apart, bro. That's the finest tone apart.
The legendary solo. You know, Zay told me I made up a part of that solo, and I did not know that.
What? I didn't know that either.
Yeah, I didn't know I made up a part of that.
Oh, talking the snare solo. The snare solo. Yeah.
Oh.
It was something from like 2016.
Yeah. This is my favorite part. Right here. Bang! That's so hard, bro. Classic Ori. Who that screaming?
Jose.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, that was Jose. Yeah. Shout out to Jose, man. He rocking that junk with the Atlanta Drumline Live. Yeah, man. That was feature 17.
Man, that I graduated the year before y'all, so I got to miss out on the feature that changed the world.
Right.
But
literally.
I digress.
Changed Florida. Changed Florida.
Change the world. I said. So I have my regrets, but I'm glad I did my term and did what I had to do. My at least my feature, we played the Shield all day, baby.
Right,
everybody.
Right.
So mine is, we were talking about battling. We talked about Florida State. So I wanted to pull up that battle of Florida State versus us and play the first cadence, which I believe was 6/8. It had to be 6/8, or
I feel like it was.
I feel like it was 6/8.
Let me go.
Yeah, but the reason I want to pull it up is because that was
it was 6/8. Yeah,
that was the one. I think it was the only one head-to-head battle that I did in my term at Cookman, and it was against Florida State the year that they won the championships. Nothing to do with band, but still. So it was just a different type of intensity there, and you could tell by how everybody's playing, everybody's confident. Granted, we can play Twisted because 6/8 is an old cadence, and Twisted was taught the year prior to. Yeah, so we can pop off Twisted, but still, it's a level of aggression that was going on out there. Look at Push.
Yeah. Yeah. And I remember, and this battle was supposed to be like a friendly battle, but some people was on the impact side was nodding their heads, and the section leaders was getting mad at niggas for nodding their heads. It's like. Anyway.
Them boys got their heads twisted to the back, like, I like that part. Play that. Yeah. we supposed to be over there like, I'm gonna pop the trunk on you when I get off this battle.
Yeah. Like, bro, this is ready. And also, Florida State's drum line is called the Big 8. They're actually a very popular drum line in the PWI sector. And so this was a good battle in terms of names, like the Southern Impact name against the Big 8 name. That was pretty big, but.
And they played they played a big 8-minute feature too.
The sequence, the joke was crazy.
But everybody just look at like the intensity of how everybody's playing.
Exactly.
Not necessarily what we're playing, because again, y'all, this is in 2013. The chops wasn't at.
Yeah.
It's a different day and age at this time, but still, it's 12. All the sections are filled.
Yes, everything maxed out.
Yeah, I think it's 6 quints over there. Yeah, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it sure is 6 quints, or it might be 5.
It's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, because Kevin, I think this one Kevin had done got.
No, Kevin's in there. He is 13. Is Torrance in there? Because that the year? Nah,
he was in there.
Okay, so it's 5 then. Anyway, so it's 5 quints.
Yeah.
About 10, 8 symbols. Everybody's maxed out, and we was all ready for war. So Twisted from our battle of my years.
Yes, sir.
I was in the middle too. Is it loud? Stick heights higher than a bit.
Even for the quints, let's note that.
I wanted the old Twisted. I wanted this the old Twisted.
I hope not.
Me too. I kind of like it. I can't
remember.
Big secrets, nasty. Come on. Bass is just going dumb in the back.
The infamous quint part. Okay, this is a new one.
Yeah. Tenders is too high.
Yeah, man.
That joint was nasty rush, but I mean, we still went out there and played it, and that was a battle. Like regardless of it, it was intense and not intense by the feeling of it, but by what you were giving to the other group.
Yeah, exactly. We all played with an energy like, I know this is like friendly, but we still about to cut our heads off. Still.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I respect you all, but
exactly, man. But still, shout out to Impact, man. Shout out to Flomo. That was an interesting battle. It was
definitely.
And, yeah, I definitely we'll take that chink in our armor, but the armor is still there. So
exactly. ain't nothing to go get it fixed real quick.
Right. But yeah, man. Again, for y'all who came to see us react to Grambling versus Lane, sorry.
Yeah.
Couldn't do it.
And we'll speak on it in another show, maybe.
We're definitely. If you came to see us react to Talladega versus Tennessee State, I'm sorry. Well, we'll do it in another episode for sure if we get to it. But we just had to do this, man. We had to.
Yeah, I don't think there's nothing this coming weekend, so
okay,
cool. we might be able to have a good little chat about it. But I will say this now, and then maybe it'll give you in tune for next. It was Talladega versus Tennessee. Talladega for me. It was Lane versus Grambling. Lane got it for me, but I want to say that Grambling, y'all are a completely different person marching season to like just drumline. Marching season, I love y'all because my dad wanted me to go to Grambling. I just didn't because Cookman. But marching season with band, y'all are trash. And I mean that. Like there's nothing appealing about you all whatsoever. Across the field, in person, none of that. But at this little drumline thing y'all had, I was talking about it to watch. I was like, hold on, what's going on with these people? Y'all ain't have Joe Schmo on the bow back there playing.
The big one.
Yeah, y'all ain't have them bells, and that's y'all style, so I completely understand. But it was. Do they have bells? I think they do.
I believe they do.
No, that might be Alcorn. Anyway, y'all didn't have that. It was just y'all and beats, and y'all were playing. I still give it to Lane though, because Lane, even though you didn't see them all year, they had their material ready. It was close though, but gave it to Lane.
Yeah, I still got the image of Lane from like 2017. I need to see some updated footage of them.
Yeah,
actually, I'm gonna check out this battle so that we can talk about it whenever that time comes. But shout out to Lane. Shout out to shout out to Grambling. The fact that they was able to battle.
Shout out to them. Shout out to Palm Beach Lakes for hosting that competition that made this historic moment. Shout out to Face Place for winning first in the community. Shout out for Miramar for winning first place in there. Also. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to talk about you all much because of this Cookman thing that happened. But out of all the groups that were there, I will say that you all were the most cohesive section. And I mean that as in like moving wise. Everybody else had like sections moving, but you all moved together and you were playing. So that definitely gave you the edge. And this is me after just reviewing that fire footage from Bandhead yesterday. So shout out to Miramar for winning the Alpha class. Shout out to MacArthur for winning the Bravo class. Shout out for Crimson Thunder that came all the way from Virginia that won. I want to know how many. It was a bunch of kids in there. How many people was in middle school? Somebody got to be honest with me because that
was in middle school.
No, it's a K through 8 school.
Oh, got you.
Yeah, so they just bumped them to 8th grade because I guess because they had an 8th grader, so it wouldn't have been fair. Anyway, I don't know. They whatever the percussion league decides to do. Yeah. But they won in their division, and then in elementary it was Deerfield Park Elementary or something like that. That won. Wow. So yeah, well deserved from everybody, man. Congrats. Another competition. Definitely. We got one more coming up in Flomo, and then they doing the CHOP competition like in May. Yeah. But it's competition season down here in Florida, man.
Competition season, boy.
Jesus.
Crazy, man. But yeah, I think that's all we have for today, man. I hope y'all are subscribed. Please subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Please please follow us on IG. Definitely follow us on IG because we're about to have something announced soon, and you want to be a follower on IG to see this and participate. Stay tuned, man. Stay tuned. Yeah, I think that's all we got, man. So before we get out of here, always remember, practice today. Good job. Good job. Here's a clap. Applaud for you. Here's a cookie. But still go practice. If you plan on practicing today, but you just didn't get to it, why wait for something that you can do right now? Go practice, man. Go practice. But if you didn't practice today, you didn't plan on practicing, if you didn't pick up no drumsticks, if you didn't listen to a metronome, if you didn't review any sheet music, I got 3 words for you. You are trash.
Woo! Be safe, everybody.
All right, y'all.